Welcome to The Work. So happy you're here. So happy you have found us. The Work is inquiry. It's a way to identify and question the thoughts that cause all the suffering in your world, in your life. My guest today is Melissa, and her work is on her mother-in-laws. Oh my goodness, this is a trip. I invite you not to miss it. Glad you're here. So open your mind, get still, and all together, let's do the work. Hello, dears. Hello, dears. Hello. I love you. How can I honestly say that? Some of you we've never met. But other than what I'm thinking and believing that would stop me from seeing you that way, or any human being or anything in this world, other than what I'm thinking and believing, I'm in the gift of life. The gift of life. The gift of life, not the horror of it. I've got a few little somethings going on in these 81 years that would allow me to speak that way with some kind of authority. And we all have, whatever our age, we know the difference between depression, anxiety, hate, etc. Anything less than understanding, anything less than, that we have term for, like love. Oh my. Okay, those of you new to the work, what we do in this community is we identify the thoughts we're thinking, and we move those thoughts from our head to paper on a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, always free on thework.com, nothing to sign up for, nothing, you just click. We identify what we're thinking and believing, move it from our head to paper, and we question it with no motive. Oh, I know the answer. I'm going to be for. No. Don't you really authentically want to know? Not what the world tells you is true. No, you want more. You, yourself. There's a term for it, self-realization. Self-realization. This world is as you believe it to be. That's your world, and no two people live in the same world. Your world. If you're not okay with it, no Aries, fairy, guessing stuff, we can do that until we can move the thoughts from our head to paper. And there it is, those thoughts stabilized. And then we question and we sit in a mindful state. Quietly, as we meditate in, is what I'm believing true? And then notice how you react when you believe the thought. What you say, what you do, the things you say and do that would allow you to experience guilt. And why is guilt a friend? Anytime I feel guilty, it's like, what did I say and do that is the cause of this guilt? Rather than, oh, they said this and that just makes me feel so bad. And did you hear what that? And I'm going to call my friends and I'm going to post it online. And no, let's keep it simple. I could be wrong. Let me move it from my head to paper before I do more. And this work doesn't mean stupid and la. It means waking up to reality. And that's where our power is. The power, that fearless state, not stupid state, but a fearless state that allow us to make changes that make sense. In our homes, with our partners, our children, the people we work with, the people online that we are communicating with, those threads, etc., etc. Self-inquiry. What a gift. Yeah, but he did the self-inquiry. Move that to paper. Wow, past, future, past, future, like lightning the ego. Its job is to live. And ego is a state of mind. How can it live other than through a trance that takes you into places that you may not want to go? And should you, and expect it, there's a way. There's a way. You can identify, move from your head to paper, get still. The work is an exercise in stillness. And live your life, the life that you deserve. And no one can give that to you. You know who gave it to me? My apparent enemies. That was my husband, my children, you know, I had some good teachers. We all have. We've all had enough teachers in our life to understand that what hurts and what doesn't. Oh, those of you new to the work, welcome. Sebastian, you have a question, honey. Hey, Sebastian.
Hello, how are you?
I'm as well as I can possibly be, no more, no less, just right there. Oh, whether I feel like I'm in heaven or hell, I'm as well as I can possibly be. And this is a good moment. And I'm happy to see you. What's your
Yes,
question?
me too. Me too. Thank you. So my question is, I've been doing the work for some time now,
Mhm.
and it always uh, comes up with almost miraculous and fast, quick results. But sometimes, I'm sorry, this might sound like a little provocation here, but uh, I think that sometimes our suffer, because you say in your book that the origin of suffering is always unquestioned thoughts.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah, in other
I
words,
think that
believing our
sometimes,
thoughts.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
In other words, sorry.
In other words, believing our thoughts.
Yes. So I think that's from my experience. Sometimes, but I might be wrong. That's why I'm asking. Sometimes I think that from my life experience, suffering does not come exactly from unquestioned thoughts, but from me being, from me not making a choice, a certain choice. For example, I'm in some job that I don't like. I'm having a relationship with someone I don't want to be in a relationship with. And suffering does not come from
Mm.
my attachment or my identification to thoughts, but simply from not making a decision to align myself with
Now,
my true values,
just imagine if you made those decisions, or I'll put it this way, do them separately. You know, the job and the relationship, do them separately. But let's say the relationship could be either one, and you make a list of if you did make a change, if you did say, I no longer am able to be in this relationship, I feel this is best for me, and this is difficult for me, and please don't call or text me for a while to support me in this. You find your own words. I don't want to put words in your mouth. And then it's like you don't do it. It's like you just get that in your head before you do it or don't. But you make a list of what you fear the loss would be if you ended the relationship. No one will ever love me the way
Mm.
she does. No one. I mean, there's a list there. And that is fear. And then your job. You know, I want to I want to quit my job. And I didn't hear you say that. I'm just using that example.
Mm.
I want to quit my job. And if I quit my job, and then list your fears. I'll never find one that pays me this much. What do I fear? You list your fears. I could lose my mortgage or my rent money, and I'm trying to list fears. It's like,
Yes. 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 I understand.
I've got my list running. When I took it off of you, I've got my list running. If I quit my job, I just, that's a big list. That's a big list.
Right.
That's a big list. But I can't say it's the job bringing me the suffering. It's my girlfriend bringing me the suffering. It's not life giving me that suffering. It's none of that. I could make those changes just like that and wisely because you could prepare. You're prepared with that list. Without those fears, we make changes. And I think I even spoke to that earlier as we opened.
Yes.
It's what holds me back. I'll never find a job that pays me as well. I'll lose that list, and then you take them to a one belief at a time, to a one belief at a time worksheet. Oh, honey, honey, honey. Mm, mm. This world is not holding you back. All of you listen to this. This world doesn't have the power, and the people in it, it doesn't have the power to hold you back. Your fear holds you back. And test it, as I so often say, don't believe me. This work, it's self-inquiry. It's personal work. So, oh, honey, have fun, have fun. And this is any other comments around that or questions?
Yes. Just can I provide just a quick example
Hmm?
on this? For I 1 year ago, I was doing a job. I had big responsibility. I was well paid, and it was very good. But there were for some reason, I was almost obliged to engage into some unethical business practices.
Hmm?
But I never did. But I was breathing that environment every day because I was in a managerial position.
Mm-hmm.
I was suffering a lot,
Yeah.
from anxiety
Mm-hmm.
and such. But when I made the decision to move away, it was like a balloon that all of a sudden doesn't have any air anymore. I stopped suffering because I made the decision. I aligned myself. I did not do any inquiry whatsoever about fears,
You just knew,
but
you just knew
that's
to do it. You just knew to do it.
pardon.
You just knew to do it. That's the absence of fear.
Yes,
You just knew to do it.
yeah. If there's no fear, there's no worksheet anymore, right?
There's nothing to stop you. That
Yeah,
way, if you stay, you're not there because you have to be. Ever. You're free, which can make you much better at the job you are in. Nothing to lose.
right, right.
And from where I said, I'm happy you did. Look at you. Yeah. Better life in that situation.
Yes,
Mm. Well, you're a great manager. As manager, you do this and you do that. I know, I know, I know, I know. Da, 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 but in my own life, not so much, and this gives us opportunity to be first in line when it comes to awareness and Gosh, I love what you've shared with us so much, even though my mouth takes so much of it over. I love what you've shared with us. You you were asked to compromise your ethics, and it was done for you. You moved. When people ask me to compromise my ethics, they could be onto something and maybe I'm wrong. So my mind stays open. And
But I remember when I was there, I did the worksheet many times, and one of the questions was, I'm in a job that implies unethical practices. This was one sentence. And then I questioned it. Am I absolutely sure that I'm in a job that has unethical practices? And I knew there were. So the answer was yes, I'm absolutely sure. It's impossible to say that I'm not absolutely sure. I
and
am. So
don't
whenever our yes,
I was
whenever our worksheet renders so much certainty,
oh
right? Whenever you are
well
absolutely sure of something that's obvious. Hmm.
okay.
Yes, please,
So
please.
to that next question, how do I react when I believe the thought I'm in a job with in I'm in a job of unethical practices? Okay, just because you get the answer to is it true and you feel so much freedom, go to the next one. How do I react when I believe this thought? And then it'll prepare you for your next job. It's preparation. It's so full of opportunity for the wisdom in you to meet that question. How do I react when I believe the thought I'm in a job with unethical practices? I judge people, I give them the look. You can see how you're going to take this to your next job. And I'm not saying you do that, but how do I react when I think the job? Oh, I dread my job. I don't want to show up before someone says something. I see the email before I read it. I know that guy or that woman. I know, they're, and none of it's right or wrong, but we're just looking at how do I react when I believe the thought. I didn't hear you say you did not move on to that question, but those of you out there, just because something's true, don't stop moving through the other three questions and turnarounds. Enlightenment.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, honey, thank you for being our teacher today.
No, thank you.
Uh-huh. Thank you, Sebastian. Wow.
Thank you, Byron.
Uh-huh. Melissa, you have a judge your neighbor worksheet, honey?
Yes, I do. Oh my gosh. What an honor. My ego's already starting to wind up a little. So I'm like, before it takes over, I just have to thank you so much. Um, and I wanted to just say this so that it helps anyone else. When the pandemic happened, you were my life. Like every
Oh,
day I was on Zoom and notebooks and notebooks. And I realized, and then I stopped for a year. I followed this other spiritual teacher. And then I came back to you and I was like, oh my God, I was doing what you say not to do. I was going too fast. I mean, it was helping.
moving too fast?
I was doing the worksheets too fast.
I see. Uh-huh.
Now I've slowed down and I'm like, oh my God, it's like an explosion. So I picked the worksheet I picked today, this one that I've done many times. There's a lot of energy on it. And years ago, I did one with you on this particular person. And I was very resistant then. And hopefully today I will not be as resistant.
Okay. And so what did you write for number one on your worksheet?
Okay. Number one, I don't know if I need to give you any context about this. It's about
Yes. What is the situation?
Okay, so this is many years ago, and this is about my mother-in-law. We'll just call her her. Um, and this has happened multiple times, so it's a big one.
Mhm.
I'm at a funeral with my husband. We're newly married, so this is many years ago. And my mother-in-law is not near us yet. I'm standing with my husband alone. This is like after you've gone through the line, and she comes over with a colleague that she works with, and she says, "This is my son. This is my son." And I'm standing there and I can feel my heart beating. And because this is what she does, she doesn't introduce me. So I'm like, and I feel the rage and almost this panic, like I must get introduced, you know. So she didn't introduce me. And the woman, I'm smiling at the woman, and the woman finally says, "Oh, and this is your what? Your wife? You know, she did it." And then, and I said, "Yes," you know, and I'm like almost with desperation. And then as soon as I did that, my mother-in-law just took off, and I again furious.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's the situation.
Okay. So now, number one,
I
what
am
did you fill in?
okay. I am angry with her because she did not introduce me and wants to exclude me.
Okay. She did not introduce you. Is it true?
Yes. Yes.
And how do you react? Witness in your mind's eye, get in touch with the emotional. How do you react when you think the thought, in that situation, she didn't introduce me? And you're standing there witnessing what you've shared with us. How do you react
There's so
emotionally?
much emotion. I take it so personally. I'm just so offended and angry and really sad.
Yeah. Now, notice the ego's play of past, future, those images that offered up. And those of you new to the work, those images are like lightning. It takes stillness to see the
Yeah.
actual cause of your suffering, pure
So
ego.
that's in the past, she didn't introduce me. So I'm seeing that and I would be angry. And then she's going to do it again. And then she's going to do it again. So I see the intensity of the
Okay.
ego.
Yeah. So be there now at the funeral. She's introducing her son, not introducing you. Notice those images in your head of the past that are in your head that arise that maybe had nothing to do with the reasons why she wouldn't introduce you. The ego's play.
Okay. I'm trying to stay with you. I'm not quite getting that.
Okay, so she didn't introduce me. I'm at the funeral. I'm standing there. She didn't introduce me. How do I react when I believe the thought? I see images. I see images of the past where she's not introducing me because I don't live up to her standards. She's not introducing me because I'm inappropriately dressed for this event. She's not in, even though I am, that doesn't matter to the ego, even though I may be. She doesn't introduce me. I see images of the past when I was trying to find something to wear and I made this terrible mistake. She doesn't introduce me because she's
She,
embarrassed by the way I look.
she purposely does not want to introduce me. That's what I feel. She does it on purpose. She knows I'm like smiling and desperately trying to get introduced. And she
So,
does it on purpose.
yeah, so she didn't introduce me. I see images of she's envious. She's
Yes.
jealous of her son's attention toward me. She's
Yeah.
she's she feels left out when
Yes.
my husband and I are together and I don't invite her.
Yes. And I see that maybe she just wanted to introduce the woman to my husband, like, why does it have to be about me? I do see that.
Yeah, and to slow down and look at how familiar what the ego may bring up in that situation to your mind. Look how old it is,
Yes.
I'm inappropriately dressed. Let's see. Third grade.
Yeah.
Didn't have the tennis shoes those kids had. All of you, it's the next, she didn't introduce me because, and we think that has nothing to do with this. But when we sit and she didn't introduce me, how do I react when I believe the thought? Those emotional is hurt. And
Yeah, it's a big story that she's doing it on purpose. And, when I slow down, I think she's a very sad person. She was doing this because she's hurt. Can I overlook it at all?
wow,
But
would be so
um,
be there now in that situation, anchor there. Look at her introducing your son, leaving you out. She's hurt.
yes,
So
there's
just,
a
so just be there, honey. Exercise in stillness.
right.
Just be there. She's hurt. She's,
She's very sad.
yeah, she is finding one place with her son that you're not.
Yes, that's exactly it. She just wants a moment. And can I just give it to her? But I won't let her have it. I'm like,
So, yeah, that's how you react when you believe the thought. You just won't let her have it.
yes.
Yeah, so
And then
you're
we're at war.
treating her the way you imagine she's treating you, but for different
That's a
reasons.
hard one.
Well, that's why I refer to this as, an exercise in stillness. It's hard. It's hard
Yes.
to look at ourselves. We're so clear about our mother-in-laws, but to look at ourselves.
And the ego comes in very quickly and very justified. Like, she could have simply just introduced me. This is where I get tripped up.
So
But if I
now you've just moved completely out of
know,
inquiry with
yep,
that wonderful energy of yours and that the gift that you give us in your life. I mean, and that's not self-inquiry.
right.
It takes courage to sit in this. And notice how you treat her when you
Yes.
think the thought, she didn't introduce me, and now it's time for the reception, or it's time.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah. It's war. Totally. I get it. Then I'm just like her. I do see that. Yes. I'm very cold. It's
So,
protection. Yeah.
so get still, be there now with just what you've shared with us.
Yes.
And you no longer have to worry about why she may exclude you.
It's really not about me.
Oh, I think you're onto something good.
It's very, I'm feeling it. I just have compassion for her right now. I can actually give her in this moment, I can give her that space and just,
Yeah, so be there now at the funeral and at the reception without the thought she didn't introduce me.
without the thought, she didn't introduce
Yeah.
me.
And just notice the relationship she has at the funeral with her son without you. She's introducing her son without your vibrant personality taking it over.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. Can't I just let this woman who desperately needs this with her son have it?
So she didn't introduce me. just sit in that. She did introduce me. Oh, I love this one so much. She did introduce me.
I don't know. I don't get that one.
So get still. Just, she did introduce me. Be there at the funeral. She's introducing this woman to her son. They have a relationship without you. That's son, mother, and then you have wife, husband. She did introduce. She did introduce me. So just get really still. All of you, be there now. She did introduce me. So, yes, not in words. Look at her. She's introducing her son.
Wow, it's a doozy.
Who would you be without the thought she didn't introduce me in that situation?
Yeah, I would just let her be. I would just let her introduce her son and not be introduced.
But be a part of it. Get present. Get to know her. She's introducing her
Yes,
son
yes.
to her friend.
See
She's
her happiness.
introducing your husband to her friend.
Yes, just let
Whether
the
the
three of them.
friend knows it or not, there you are.
Yes, the beauty of the three of them. Again, like, you talk about that. Why is it everything about me? Can I just let them have that moment?
So let's sit in it. Turned around, she did introduce me. She did introduce me.
I'm there. I'm present. So I'm introduced, whether I'm introduced or not. My presence is there. Wow. Sad. Thank you. Wow. I feel like I'm going to cry.
You see the difference when you slow down?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
is it true? Yes. How do I react when it's like, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Would it be without it? Free. Turned around. She did introduce me. No, she didn't. Okay, move on to number two. No, you didn't go that fast, of course. I'm way exaggerating, but
yeah, and it's like the stillness. Of course, I'm doing it with you, which helps. It opens up to a world that
yeah.
you can't explain almost to someone. Like
Well, it's
love.
it's his. You know, when the work found me, I would just see nothing was true. But then I could see the mechanics of how important the mechanics, like what would fall under that would keep us present as we said, and is it true? All four questions and the turnarounds. It's guidance into
Yeah.
how to sit in, is it true? It's like a little step ladder that to support people. People would say, they'd say something. I think, wow, on this planet, they that's crazy. And why was it crazy? Because it was against. And there's nothing that isn't beautiful other than what we're thinking and believing about it. Life, apparent death, all of it.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, I had a lot of people like, that's so horrible she didn't introduce you, right?
Oh,
But just
we've
now,
got to, the ego requires that, or we'd wake up.
yes, but in that moment with you, I just got that this love that it's okay that she didn't introduce you. It was, just can't
Yeah.
explain it verbally what just happened, but I just felt love.
Okay, so now let's continue to look at how do I react when I think the thought she didn't introduce me. How many years have you been married now?
25 years.
Okay, so how do I react when I believe the thought she didn't introduce me? I don't even know it's there, but I'm still competing with her when it comes to my role as a wife and her interference.
War.
War.
We've been at war.
We've been?
I've been.
Yeah. She wants
I've certainly been at
maybe
war.
maybe she just wants time with her son.
Mm.
You know what happens in good relationships? Understanding, like, oh my goodness, it's you even find yourself happy for both of them.
Yes, I know you talk about that. You're like, if Steven met someone else, I'd want to meet her. You know, I'm like, wow.
And also you can share honestly when because we're only on number one. She can say or share honestly who she is without having to walk on eggshells around you. Or and do you have children?
Yes,
How do you react when believing the thought she didn't introduce me? It carries, just that one thing carries over in their relationship with their grandmother.
yeah, it's war. It's been bad.
Yeah, there's me, the mother who loves you, and da, 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 and then there's her, the interfering, and when how hard I work to raise you, and then she just gives you what you want, and you all see how you could sit in. She didn't introduce me. You could sit in it for today, tomorrow, the next day, just number one on your worksheet, if you want to do what I did. And that's out of what people were referring to as the lit one, the enlightened lady, no, this is my practice. I love the ego. It's fighting for existence, like your mother-in-law. Where's my compassion?
Yeah.
My understanding. I don't require it of other people in my life. My understanding, oh, that's the power. And I don't expect it, it's
Yeah, this layer resistance is a theme. So
how do I treat her when I think the thought she didn't introduce me? Wow, now there for some of us would be a list of amends that would take a few pages.
uh-huh.
But really, a few pages narrowed down to just 3 or 4 things. The repetition. I give her the look. I make sure that, I talk to my husband, and I don't mind if the kids are listening. I say, oh, the kids are listening, hoping they'll hear me say, oh, the kids are listening. I mean, just all the ego's world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sweetie, let's look at number 2. And I invite you to continue to sit in number 1 in your time alone and the rest of what we're about to step into. So in that situation where she's not introducing you, she didn't introduce you, what did you want from her?
I want her to
Think
include
safe
me.
to. What did you go ahead?
I want her to include me in a loving way, not hate me, not be vindictive. I know this is so.
Okay, so you want her to include you in a loving way, to not hate you, to not be vindictive. So I would question all of these before I move them to number 2. And it's okay that here they are. You want her to include you in a loving way. Look at you the way you are in that situation. Look at her introducing her son to her friend. You want her to include you. Is it true? Just step aside, drop your story.
No, because I'm
Wow.
already looking at her in an angry way. I am creating it almost.
Now look at her. Is it true you want her to include you in a loving way? Look at her. Look at her introducing a friend to her. God, the one she gave birth to, the one she nurtured, raised.
Yeah. And there's sadness because I see it, and it's, wow, geez.
Yeah, she's in sadness when you get to how you react, your attitude in that situation where you're believing the thought, I want her to include me in a loving way. You see, my attitude that I'm assuming your ego took on, which would be common for anyone in the trance of the ego, under that illusion.
Yeah.
And you want her to include you in a loving way. Is it true? Let her have her thing. And
Yes.
witness.
Yes, let her have her thing. It doesn't diminish me. Like there was a thought that I'm being diminished somehow, and it's not diminishing me. It's not possible that I be diminished, that she be diminished. To like, I know you talk about this all the time. Just letting someone else have space is a beautiful thing.
Her son.
Yeah, it's like I don't even think. Oh, I'm just thinking about me. I don't care about that.
Yeah, my husband. Mine.
Yeah.
I'm married, so therefore I have a right to all your friends, even though I don't even, care enough about you to allow you just to introduce my husband to someone.
Yeah, so my poor husband, could I just let him have that moment? I can't. I'm sure he felt the anger from me too.
He better.
Oh,
How
right,
you
right, right.
react when you go home and you're still believing this thought
Yep, and talk
that
about
you would do.
her, and there are multiple situations that I could take this and apply it to with her. It's
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
amazing.
Like in number 1, she didn't introduce me, turned around, I didn't introduce her to my children accurately, to my husband, to my friends when I talk about her, when I exclude her from events, and I've
Oh,
invited on I didn't include her.
big
I
time. That
didn't,
was,
I
yeah,
didn't introduce her.
yeah, that was my thing. She didn't include me. I won't include her. And so there, I've done so many worksheets on this, and I think I'm finally ready to let go of it.
Honey, you're blessed with this really creative, bright and shiny mind. We're just doing a little fine tuning here. The world deserves it. You're a force. Look at you.
Wow. Why does it take so long to wake up, you know?
Well, timing, as love would have it. Earth School. And I love that all of us don't have to wait. You know, the ego's fully available. No one says you have to do it now. It's just painful until we don't. I want her to include me in a loving way, not to hate me and not to be vindictive. So turn it around and do the others on the other side of our time together. Do the how you react when you believe the thought, etc. You've had a dose. Okay, so let's turn it around.
I don't want her to include me in a loving way
In that situation,
in that situation
at the funeral.
at the funeral. Yes.
So now just live that turnaround. Let her introduce her beloved to her friend.
Yes. I don't always have to be introduced to let them have their time.
So even drop that.
Even drop that.
Just be there now. It's never too late. I want me to include her in a loving way. So just allow. I mean, it costs you nothing but your ego. Just open your heart and listen to her words as she introduces her son to her friend.
She's so excited to introduce him.
And notice how relaxed your husband is when he doesn't have to, he's already feeling your vibe. And just in case he hasn't, you have your ways of letting him know that she's at it again, that mother-in-law.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow, there's a lot of grief coming up. It's like you always say, in that moment, are you okay? And I'm just feeling like in that moment, I was always okay. Why did I get lost?
What you're thinking and believing. But how do you react when you believe the thought? Your chest gets tight, your neck gets tight. That's why when you're sitting, how do you react and believe the thought? Go to the physical, go to the emotional. We're looking at the mind here, but the mind is the cause of that physical. If you've had a cold, like you've had the cold or a flu or something, you're dealing with all this emotional that takes up space where the body is just naturally healing. But no, we use it up. And how do I react when I believe the thought? And it's so justified. And yeah, it makes me sick. And yeah, it is, but it's her fault. Change the world. Good luck with that. But there's one thing we can change. These stressful thoughts that are running over, that would spend its life proving that there's something less than beautiful. But
And it's really like, I want me to not hate me. Because that's really what's happening.
I want her to include me in a loving way, turn around, and let's do it again, honey. Be there now in silence. Living turnaround. I want me to include me in a loving way. So do that now in silence without response. Look at her. I'm imagining introducing you like an old friend of hers that's never met her son. I don't know that it was an old friend, but whatever it is, I want me to include me in a loving way. So in silence, listen to her words. Notice your son, her son, your husband.
It's almost like I want to step back and just let them have a moment. Maybe I should have just.
Well, there's no reason to step back. It only draws more attention to, oh, look who I am.
Oh, but I almost feel like I should have maybe just walked away, let them have their moment.
Yeah, in that situation, when you look at what you were dealing with, it could have been a kinder thing to do, but you were insane. And what I mean by that is in a trance. And it hurts emotionally. And it hurts other people. It hurts her. It hurts her son. Hurts you.
It's almost like when I want me to love me in a loving way, I'm just totally okay with myself. I don't even care what they're doing.
So care. Don't drop care. I don't want her to include me in a loving way. Now look, you are included. Just witness. Look at her joy. Look at her pride. She's introducing her pride and joy to her friend. You don't have to miss it. It doesn't have to be about you.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Now you can just gently, eyes closed, gently go back and notice how you treat her when you believe the thought in that situation. I want her to include me in a loving way, and she doesn't, to your mind.
Yeah. That's when I believe that thought, it's war. It's anger.
Yeah.
And it's past and future. Future should it'll happen again. I'll be excluded, and it's real.
When you make your list of how you treated her when you believe the thought, it's a phone call. Or maybe you invite her to your favorite coffee house, or you just ask, does she have time for a visit? And if it can't be in person, maybe a phone call. And you say, I was just recalling the funeral years ago when you were introducing whatever your husband's name, your son, your friend to your son. I was difficult. And for that, I'm sincerely sorry. And she'll probably say, "Oh, honey, it's okay," and just listen. You don't have to change your mind and win. Just listen.
Yeah.
To what she has to say. See, this also is about stillness. I hope you all get that.
The stillness. Yeah, this is the most important for me.
Yes, honey.
My prayers that I can get there and do that.
Well, if you can do it in stillness, the way you are showing us, you can. You are.
Yes, and that's the real me, right? That's the real me. That's the immovable part you always talk about.
Isn't that what your life has been about? Isn't that the justice you were looking for at the funeral? I mean, it's all about justice and kindness and fairness and and until we look at ourselves, we're just, whoa, those people out there, if they would just change, then I'd be better off. No, it's look to oneself. The war is an internal experience, and it's individual to each of us. Until finally, it's all, you're the only one in your world. If you don't love it, remember Melissa. Let's look at 3.
She should. Oh, geez.
Yeah, number 3, those of you new to the work, is about advice. In that situation, what advice would you offer your mother-in-law when she's introducing her son to her friend?
Okay. She should want to introduce me as her daughter-in-law. Be happy I'm there. Like me. Oh, I can feel the energy of the ego in that already.
Yeah, and notice who you are in that situation. Really? She should introduce you to her friend?
You better do this. Oh my God. Yeah, I see it. I see it.
She should want to introduce you to her friend. Is it true? Did you come from her womb? Assuming that this was an old friend of hers. They were friends before she was ever pregnant, for all you know. This is something the two of you could ask. But assuming that or not, let's look at, she should want to introduce you to her.
She should want to introduce me as her daughter-in-law. So I'm making it all about me. There's an energy here that I can just.
So that's a given. You're making it all about you. You wrote the words on the paper. The question is it true? She should want to introduce you as her daughter-in-law. So you can tell on her face and the way she's introducing it can give you a big window into, was she excited to introduce him? Was she, did you even were you even a thought in her head with this friend of hers introducing
No,
her and that relationship to her son?
no, she just wants to introduce him. She's very excited. My egoic mind, though, is coming rearing its head right now. But she could introduce me. I'm sorry. See how it comes back?
I'm sitting in this too, and I can see Stephen's mother introducing him to one of her friends. And see how this, as you sit in this, how you experience it. I prefer she do that because it leaves me to be there, witness, not to have to say, oh, so happy to meet you. I'm spared. I'm
Well,
spared. And I get to witness this mother introduce her beloved to this. And I don't have to smile. Nothing's asked of me.
yes, I just got it. It's like a victim. I need her to fill me. I need that introduction to feel better. I don't need that introduction. Like, it's up to me.
She should want to introduce you as her daughter-in-law. Is it true? Look at your background with her, your history with her. She should want to introduce you as her daughter-in-law. Is it true?
No.
So just feel it and continue witnessing that situation in your mind's eye. And notice how you react when you think the thought. She should want to introduce me as her daughter-in-law.
There's the anger, justification. Oh, she should. No. Because it's very.
And so what is the problem? What you're thinking and believing, or her leaving you out of the introduction?
Yeah. I didn't have that thought.
No, just where is the difficulty in what you're thinking and believing, or the introduction?
I'm thinking and believing.
Yeah.
If I'm not thinking that, I'm just there. Maybe I'm twiddling my thumbs. Maybe I'm looking at someone else.
My gosh, honey, that sounds like freedom to me.
Wow, it's like how the ego grabs hold of it like a dog with a bone. It's like,
And without analyzing it, just stay in inquiry. Not right or wrong, just notice how so how would you turn that around? She should want to introduce me.
I should want to introduce. I should want to introduce her as my mother-in-law.
So you can try it on.
Just by being happy,
Yeah,
just
and
by letting her.
also be at the funeral. Where did you leave her out? Where did you move your husband around without her? I should want to introduce her as my mother-in-law.
Yeah, let
Notice how that would shift your life.
everything. Oh my God, everything. Like from day one meeting her when I was dating my husband, she would never introduce me. And that's where the war started. Like if I never had that then, who knows what it'd be like.
No one in this world starts the war in my life. I do that.
I did it. Yeah.
And all of you, don't take for granted what I say to be true. Test it.
To not demand so much of other people. Let them be and love myself. Love me. Then you can love someone else.
Should want to introduce me as her daughter-in-law. Turned around, I should want to introduce her as my mother-in-law. So sit in how many parties, occasions, time, family time, that you just have left her out.
Definitely.
It doesn't mean you have to invite her, but not for reasons like this. Not leave her out due to a grudge. And that's the difference between I should want to introduce her. So you can, in the interest of time, I'm going to leave you with the other turnarounds and examples. Let's move to, in that situation, to be happy, I need
her to stop hating me and being cold.
So first, I would question, she hates you. Is it true? Be there now in that situation. Look at her excitement or her whatever it is with her friend, how comfortable they are. Look at only you can see that in your mind's eye as it was. To be happy, I need her to stop hating me and stop being cold. Is that true? Just witness, because the answers aren't going to come from the ego. That's not going to help you, because the ego is going to want to answer. But be then now in that situation, witness, that will show you the answer. To be happy, you need her to stop hating you and to stop being cold. Is it true? And that doesn't mean she hates you. That's something you can put on a sidebar and question later.
No.
And how do you react? How do you treat her? And how do you treat your husband? And how do you treat the woman who's witnessing your attitude? And as she's being, just witness how you react. What happens when you believe this thought? To be happy, I need her to stop hating me and to stop being cold here at the funeral. as she introduces her friend.
Yeah, it's there. I'm hating her and being cold to her.
Now just move over in that situation, honey. This takes stillness, but notice how you react when you believe the thought. I need her to stop hating me and stop being cold. Now move over to your mother-in-law's view of you, the way it looks from there, and her friends, the way you look through her eyes, as though you're there when you're believing the thought. To be happy, I need her to stop hating me and stop being cold. Look at your facial, your attitude, your shoulders, your physicalism.
Yeah. Armor.
Oh my. And notice, are your hands on your hips? Are you looking around like it doesn't matter? Are you giving your mother-in-law the look, your husband, just be there
Well,
now.
I'm actually very scared, and I'm smiling profusely to try to get introduced. So
Okay, now notice how you use personality to get what you want without asking for what you want.
yes, and then I'm angry because I'm not getting what I want.
Physical personality.
Yes.
Now notice, just drop all of that, come back and to your own body, so to speak. Get present, that's what that means. You're in your mother-in-law's business, her friend's business, your son's business. Get present, come back home.
Yeah.
To be happy, I need me.
To stop hating her and being cold to her.
So live that turnaround now. For me to be happy, I need me. To stop hating her and to stop being cold to her.
Yeah, because even though I'm smiling and I'm scared, there's a hardness there, a look like you talk about. So my personality is trying to cover it up, but yeah, it's drop all of it and just stop hating her.
Yeah. To be happy, I need me to stop hating me and to stop being cold toward me. So live that turnaround. Relax in that situation. Just take in what's going on without the thought. To be happy, I need her to stop hating me and stop being cold. I need me, be there now, to stop hating her and stop being cold.
Yes, I see it. This is very deep work. Like you say, it's like if I drop that, then I go deeper and see the story of I'm not worthy. That's and also a lie. I'm totally worthy. So
It's
stop
so here,
hating her.
trying to compensate for your own low self-esteem. And when you're believing these thoughts about your mother-in-law, is that is the cause of low self-esteem. It's no power or little power.
Such a lie.
Mm.
Very old. Then you're going to childhood. It's just
Yeah.
my job to love me.
Just notice and take sidebar notes and then come back to what I refer to, love the one you're with. Come back to the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet you're in now.
Yes. Yes.
Because the ego's going to say, oh, that's not the worksheet. It's another one. Well, that's
Yeah.
not. No,
Yes.
trust your worksheet. Okay, precious. Let's look at 5.
Oh boy. Okay. She is cruel, mean, excluding, vicious.
Okay, in that situation, my thoughts about her are,
Cruel, mean, excluding, vicious. Yeah.
now you can't have those thoughts without experiencing guilt. I opened with that this morning. Thoughts about my thoughts about her, no, having in that situation, my thoughts about me after the funeral are,
Like my thoughts about me after the funeral.
mm,
Oh wow. Yeah.
are
Yeah.
cruel.
'Cause then I'm chewing on it. It's
Yeah, exactly.
cruel,
So,
mean, excluding, and vicious.
yeah, and some of you have heard me talk about addiction. My thoughts about me are cruel and mean, excluding, and vicious, because I can't get away with that crap. It's that I can't without cause and effect. How am I going to stop my head? I don't have self-inquiry. My
Yeah.
thoughts about me are cruel, mean, excluding, and vicious. How do I react when I believe when I'm in that state? Alcohol, drugs, compulsive overeating, sugar, shopping online, etc., etc., etc. If you look in the mirror and you don't love the one you miss, whether you weigh 500 pounds or you are this worldwide model on it doesn't. That's just not gonna get it for you.
And it's just like it just the ego goes and creates more. It's fuel, it feeds, I can see after the funeral I was so angry.
It's got to hold up the identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do I react when I think the thought, the thoughts on the worksheet, and I remember I'm cruel. I'm cruel, I'm mean, I'm excluding, I'm vicious, and then your ego overrides. Well, I had a right. She didn't introduce me, and what's for dinner? Even though I just had dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. I see why this has been tricky for me. I've done so many worksheets on this.
Well, honey, I love witnessing how you're demonstrating for us how to get still, how to slow it down, and that it's not easy.
Yes. And even, I don't know, I just have compassion for myself for getting so
Oh,
lost,
oh, goodness. True compassion for others is self-compassion.
Then if she is whatever, who cares? Then I can have compassion for her. It's like a mirror. She's a mirror to me in some way,
Well, in every way, she is who you believe her to be in any
yeah,
given. And so that if that's not a mirror, I've never experienced one.
yeah. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
mother-in-laws don't have to change.
Thank you so much.
When I'm thinking of Stephen's mother, she died years ago, but seeing them together and his father, the way they introduced him, how proud of him they were, and how I got to witness that when they would introduce him. And I just loved it so much, meeting his parents and how they love their son.
I know.
But envy and jealousy, it's blind. It's blind. But what about me? Oh, boy, just the privilege of being in. Oh,
Wow.
I loved how they loved their son, how they saw their son.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many ways that I've gone through worksheets and had this experience, but this one I had a hard time where
Well,
it's helped me so much. So thank you so much.
what you've done is slow down.
Yes.
You slow down. So let's look at 6. Let's look at the last one.
I don't ever want her to not introduce me.
I'm willing that she not,
I'm willing that she not introduce me.
because that thought could come again around the funeral. And if it's still stressful for you, then it's another worksheet I look forward to.
I look forward to her not introducing me.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Wow, honey. It has just been just a magical, for me, that's authentic experience sitting in your work with you. And oh boy, I see a lot of hands up. Jane, your takeaway.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Melissa. Thank you so much for your work today. I wanted to offer something that I saw in the turnaround. She did introduce me, and it's certainly something that I start to see the you know this when I get still and really look. What I imagined where she could have introduced her was prior to them going up. She could have said, "That's my son, and that's his wife."
Yeah.
And then what I see is like, if I'm behaving in a certain way because of what I'm believing, because your work's my work, Melissa, then I am not be able to see that. And potentially your mother-in-law just went, oh, I want to go now. Not right or wrong or judging you for in that situation. And that's what I saw. So I wanted to.
Oh, Jane, thank you so much. Mello.
Hi. Katie.
Hi.
Hi. Well, I wrote some down, so I hope to not to wander too much. I noticed for myself that I was identifying with Melissa a lot in seeing. I'm not sure if she was doing that, how much she was doing it, but me wanting to kind of narrate and examine every insight I get, and I tend to externalize a lot. And I almost like I believe it doesn't mean as much if only I see it, so I can't just hold it to myself. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm seeing, and I think it's beautiful, like you pointed out. It's a love of seeing and a joy, and wanting to share it as well. But for me, it can become quite sort of grasping. Like I want to sit and celebrate each seeing, and then ego perhaps comes into that. So, yeah, that's what I saw.
This is
Yeah.
a living. This is a living experience. Doesn't matter how many years ago or decades. It's that in this work of then, now is
Yeah.
a living, vital experience. Never too late.
No.
Yeah.
I saw two more things. I saw that she introduced me to myself, and she introduced me to herself, who she is, and by that she also introduces me to my husband, because I see the life that he's been having with her as a mother. So I wanted to share that.
Walking on eggshells and tiptoes, and the children better do the same because mommy will be hurt.
Yeah.
And that's been my experience. Oh, the punishment! I was so envy, jealousy, and if my children or husband didn't understand that, then they just were insensitive. Oh my goodness, such chaos. Thank you, Mello.
Thank you.
A tie.
Hi, Katie. It's good to see you. First of all, Melissa, you're so inspiring. You're teaching me so much just by listening to you. If I were in your shoes, I would be so upset, so mad. I would go to my husband. Why didn't you introduce me? But when Katie asked you if you have kids and you said yes, the first thing I thought about is writing like a thank you note to your mother-in-law and telling her, thank you for teaching me this important lesson to always make sure to introduce my husband, my children, friends around me. I'm very sensitive to that. If I'm not being introduced, I immediately, my ego is like, what is wrong with me? Why aren't you introducing me? I just found it very inspiring. And I love how we sit here and you're doing, Katie, you're doing the work with someone else, but it feels like you're doing the work on us. Or our teacher is doing the work on us, because in so many cases we find
In
ourselves.
every language in the world, there are no new stressful thoughts. They're just all recycled. The cause of suffering isn't difficult. It's just the ego would allow us to believe there's just too much to do. No, just.
Yeah. But Melissa, if you ever have the time, I'm the last person to give someone an advice, trust me, but I would really find the way to thank your mother-in-law, because it taught you something that you're so sensitive.
I would thank my mother-in-law to still speaking to me.
Exactly.
In my own situation. Claire.
Hi, Katie.
Claire.
I'm so grateful for Melissa and everyone who shared. It felt like that was there was something beautiful about the opportunity to practice and live that turnaround as getting to watch that happen, because it applied so beautifully to being in this space where I wanted to have a worksheet. I didn't have it prepared. I wanted to be in the center of attention here with you, but I got to be by watching and we are all connected in that. I mean, I got to be the one watching and empathizing and learning, and so just finding value in that place today.
It's so beautiful. There's no one's worksheet that is not our worksheet.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, I'm going to end with repetition. I shared just a few moments earlier. There are no new stressful thoughts. They're all recycled.
Yeah.
And thank you all for your participation today and for your enlightenment in the world. And all of you, thank you for something beautiful. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.